Hello, beautiful beings. I'm Mama Bell from Mama Bell's Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Tonight, I'll be doing a mind, body, soul reading for Cancer. The messages in this reading are for any part of your chart in this sign, with special emphasis on Sun, Moon, and Rising. Before we get started, I wanted to say that this is a general reading and not meant as advice of any professional sort, including but not limited to medical or legal advice. Most importantly, I would like to say thank you for clicking here. If any of this reading resonates, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Now on to the reading. Hi, Cancer. We are officially in the holiday season. I hope that it is treating you well. I had to make sure there was nothing in the box because sometimes that happens. We're going to shuffle, and we're going to start off with getting one card for the mind, one card for the body, one card for the soul. We're also going to get a card for the overall message or theme for the reading. And the bottom of the deck is going to be advice moving forward through this month. I also wanted to say really quick, thank you so much for the likes, the views, the comments on the previous reading I did. I'm so grateful. I was so shocked with all of the views that I had so quickly. So thank you so much. Okay. Oh, wow. This is a lot going on. Okay. So we're going to assume this is mind, body, soul, and the overall. So it all came out pretty quickly. And the bottom of the deck. So let's start. For the mind, you have card number 14 in the major arcana, Temperance. For the body, you have the Four of Swords. For the soul, you have card number 12 in the major arcana, the Hanged Man. I'm going to try and get this where you can see it a little bit better. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm trying to get this where you can see it just fine. If we did this for now, you know what? We're going to do it even different. Okay. We're going to do this. See if you can see it a little bit better this way. I hope that works out pretty well. Okay. So for the mind, you have Temperance. Temperance is about alchemy. This is the part where you're mixing two things to make something else. So hot and cold water to make the perfect bath temperature. Or this could be turning a negative into a positive or a positive into negatives. So you're clearly transforming your mind. That can be such a good and positive thing, especially if you've grown up with a lot of turmoil, turning that negative into positive, useful things. Like, for example, someone who catastrophizes and sees the worst of things, it's not always something that's considered a gift. However, if you go into a career that's like safety, that's going to be a superpower for you. That's going to be seeing the bad and knowing what needs to change so you can prevent it from happening in the first place. But this is what you're doing with your mind. So maybe you're turning those bad thoughts into good ones or reframing them so they aren't so awful. What a beautiful start. And I love that this is what you're getting because you have the power here. This card feels really similar, excuse me, to the Magician for me in the sense that you are creating something totally new. You are creating something magical. You're turning blue into green. You're healing something. That's also another way I feel about this card is that you're transforming it into something for your own benefit, for the better of everyone around you. And doing that with your mind can look a little bit like meditating so you have more patience. Good for you. That is so good. I can't say enough good things about getting that for the mind. For the body, you have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about rest. So what I'm feeling is that your body is really telling you to slow down. And that can be really difficult, especially because while this is a timeless reading, it's going up for the month of December. So you can get a look at the month of December. It will show up when it's meant for you. And I know that that can be really difficult, especially if you do find this in the holiday months. It's hard to slow down. And when you have such a busy world, and super busy made even super busier because it's holidays and there's constant gatherings and activities and just so much that can be going on, your days can feel completely jam-packed. So, as often as you can, give your body the rest that it deserves, because that's the healing state. That's the Four of Swords is about healing. And if it's asking your body to rest and slow down, it's because it's trying to heal itself. I also think that that's a good card to get. I really love the Four of Swords because it's about resting. It's about resting for healing specifically, not just rest to do nothing or be lazy or even for comfort. It's rest because you're healing. In the soul, you have the Hanged Man. To me, this is all about gaining a new perspective and putting yourself on pause, because the Hanged Man put himself there. He put himself in this position so he could learn more. Notice how at the bottom of this card is his head and the top is his feet hanging from this tree, but there's sun rays coming out of his head, out from behind it, like he's been enlightened. Because that's exactly what's happening here, is by gaining a new perspective, you can see more than just your own worldview of something, and you can see how whatever you do will impact everybody. So this way, moving forward, you can transform, because the next card in the Major Arcana is 13, the Death or Death and Rebirth card, depending on which deck you're using. And you're getting ready to transform something, but first you're gaining this new perspective. And because it's in the soul area, this can be a new perspective on how to go about whatever is lighting your soul on fire. Learning new ways to do that. And sometimes maybe it's even figuring out that the path you're on doesn't light your soul on fire anymore. And that's okay. It's okay to change. This is what that hangman is about, is getting ready for that change by learning more, by pausing and seeing things differently to move ahead in a better way. For the overall message, you have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about being the master of your craft, about learning the skill, and not just learning it, but being the best possible version you can be at this skill. Pentacles take a lot of time because these are essentially like different seeds being planted, and they take years to grow. Pentacles represent years. And the overall message is, even though this is taking years, has taken years, or will take years, it's something you have grown yourself. This is something you've taken time to master and to cultivate. this isn't something that is going to happen overnight. And that even though it's going to take hard work, it's going to be beautiful. Masters are recognized for their skills. And this is being recognized for the skills that you are working on and working towards and have really cultivated over years. That's incredible. If this message is for you, that's incredible. And I'm proud of you for really sticking with it. It can be really hard to do that, especially with something that takes a really long time. So the advice going forward for this period is the 10 of Pentacles. This is building and leaving a legacy. And what I'm specifically getting with building and leaving a legacy is very similar, similar to that 8 of Pentacles in the fact that it takes time. And so whenever you are feeling overwhelmed, disappointed, or even just discouraged with how long it's taking, remember, good things take time. It takes time to build this. This is someone who has worked hard for a long time, longer than the 8 of Pentacles, to build what they have. So that way, one day, when they need it, they have it, and that there will be enough for their family. Should anything happen, they're going to be able to build that dream home in the back and maybe the yacht too. But you have to find your way there and be patient because it's going to take time. Beautiful. So I'm going to scoot these back. And then we're going to get a card from the Sacred Creators Oracle. Let's see. We're going to shuffle really quick. And in case you weren't here at the last video or other videos, I typically like to read the essential message as well as the self-care message in this deck. And the essential message is as if you get it in the upright, whereas the self-care message is as if you get it in the reverse. We'll do one more shuffle because I can't remember if I did 2 or 3. And that way you get the whole message, because I often find that when you read the whole card that way, there's typically something in there for you that will resonate. That's the way my readings have always been the most accurate. So what does Cancer need in this moment to hear from the Sacred Creators Oracle? What messages are there for Cancer? What messages for Cancer? What messages? Whoa, not that many. I don't need half the deck. We need a nice message. Card number 12. Find your sacred flow. Also, if you do watch, let me know how you thought about that, where I placed the cards, if that was easier for you to see. I'd really like to know. I'm trying to make this as nice as possible for you guys. All right, card number 12. I'm also going to be reading directly out of the guidebook for the Oracle. That way you can get the whole message. 12. Find your sacred flow. Essential meanings. Finding your flow state, your unique rhythm, bringing your spirituality into the solution, in flow with the universe, pausing, surrendering, control, taking time to understand other perspectives and your own. Self-care message: a habit of copying someone else's steps, overscheduling your time, being a martyr, putting others' needs in front of your own, a need for self-care and a sacred pause. Your sacred flow. Each one of those words is powerful medicine for your creator spirit. Tune into your own rhythm and actively schedule your own unique sacred flow into your life every day. This may mean stopping to nap, exercise, or meditate during the day if that's what makes your heart sing. It may mean scheduling something sacred into your planner, something epic even. What makes you feel alive and in flow with the world? Are you leaving time for that thing? If something is encroaching on your flow time, you may need to set clear boundaries and prioritize the sacred break. Be sure you aren't giving up your personal space so that someone else can benefit. Don't be a martyr. This space is desperately needed for you to find your center. If you are feeling pressure to make an important decision, now is not the right time to give an answer you aren't completely sure of. Go with the flow of not knowing. Sleep on it. Surrender to not having all of the answers and know that everything will be revealed when you give yourself the space of distance. Gift yourself the space of distance, stillness, and perspective. When have you lost yourself in doing instead of thinking? What activity has made you get into that flow state of Zen and just being? How do you get into that sacred zone, that place where time stands still and everything else fades away? If you were to flip your opinion on its head, what perspective would you be gifted? I really like that because, and I've said this in a few other readings, and so I apologize if it sounds like I'm repeating myself. I really like when cards that are from a different deck, especially the Oracle deck, sorry again, really emphasize what we've already talked about, like the needing to nap and the gaining a new perspective. Oh, wonderful. I really enjoy doing readings, and this is one of the ones that has felt the most calm, as well as, how do I explain that? It's felt the most calm as well as sure. That's not quite what I'm looking for either, but that's probably as close as I'm going to get tonight. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as share it with someone you think will also resonate with this message. Again, thank you so much for clicking here. I can't thank you enough for the views. I hope this month brings you health, wealth, happiness, clarity, passion, and alignment. With so much love, I am Mama Belle, and I look forward to doing your next reading. Good night, guys.